Welcome to Dark Side of History channel, where the untold stories of the past come to life. So don't forget to subscribe and uncover the mysteries with us.
Auckland Harbour construction break. New Zealand construction workers took a smoking break during the major Auckland Harbour Bridge linking project in 1950. These skilled workers were building an important transportation connection that would improve travel between different parts of the city. The construction break showed the human side of major engineering projects and the workers who built important infrastructure. Titanic news crowd information. A crowd gathered in New York waiting for rescue information about Titanic ship passengers after the disaster in April 1912. These worried people hoped to learn whether their loved ones had survived the world's most famous maritime disaster. The news crowd showed how communities came together during tragedies to support each other and share information. Toffs and Tufts Class Division. Jimmy Syme's symbolic British class division portrait from 1937 showed the social differences between wealthy and poor people before World War II. This powerful photograph captured the inequality and social tensions that existed in British society during the difficult economic times. The class portrait showed how photography could document social problems and inspire political change. Nancy Wake, White Mouse Spy. Allied espionage agent Nancy Wake, known as the White Mouse, became famous for repeatedly escaping enemy secret police capture during World War II in 1945. This brave woman worked with the French resistance and helped Allied soldiers escape from Nazi-occupied territory. Her spy work showed how ordinary people could become heroes by fighting against evil during wartime. Maria Felix, Mexican cinema icon. Iconic Mexican cinema actress Maria Felix was known for her powerful screen presence and elegant beauty during the golden age of Mexican films in 1954. This strong-willed actress challenged traditional ideas about women's roles and became a symbol of female independence in Latin American culture. Her cinema career showed how entertainment could influence social attitudes about women's capabilities. Queen Elizabeth Coronation Official Portrait. An official photograph of Queen Elizabeth II was taken in London after her Westminster Abbey coronation ceremony on June 2, 1953. This formal portrait marked the beginning of the longest reign in British history and showed the dignity of British monarchy. The coronation photograph captured a historic moment that changed the British Empire into the modern Commonwealth. Armstrong family moon mission watching. Neil Armstrong's family watched the Apollo 11 moon mission launch at Kennedy Space Center in 1969 as their loved one prepared for the historic lunar landing. This emotional moment showed the personal side of space exploration and the families who supported the brave astronauts. The family gathering demonstrated how space missions affected not just the astronauts but their entire families. First aerial refueling aviation breakthrough. Lowell Smith and John Richter performed the first aerial refueling maneuver between two biplanes on June 27, 1923 in San Diego. This dangerous aviation experiment allowed aircraft to stay in the air longer by receiving fuel from another plane during flight. The aerial refueling breakthrough led to modern long-distance flight capabilities and military aviation advantages. British Concorde supersonic fleet. 7 Concorde supersonic aircraft lined up at Heathrow Airport on January 21, 1986, representing the pinnacle of commercial aviation technology. These beautiful aircraft could fly faster than the speed of sound and crossed the Atlantic Ocean in half the time of regular planes. The Concorde fleet showed how advanced engineering could push the boundaries of transportation technology. Woodstock Festival cultural gathering. The Woodstock Festival in Bethel, New York exceeded 400,000 attendants in August 1969, becoming the most famous music and cultural gathering in history. This peaceful event brought together young people who wanted to celebrate music, love, and social change during turbulent times. The festival showed how music could unite people and create powerful social movements. Bureau of Investigation, Federal Foundation. Charles Joseph Bonaparte created the Federal Investigation Institution under President Theodore Roosevelt in 1903, establishing what would become the modern FBI. This new law enforcement agency was designed to investigate crimes that crossed state boundaries and threatened national security. The Bureau's founding showed how government adapted to modern criminal challenges in the early 20th century. George Lucas pre-CGI film techniques. Director George Lucas worked on film projects in 1984 before widespread computer-generated effects changed movie-making forever. His innovative techniques used practical effects, models, and creative camera work to create science fiction magic without computers. Lucas's pre-CGI methods showed how filmmakers used imagination and craftsmanship to create movie magic before digital technology. Star Wars cast out of character. Harrison Ford, David Prowse, Peter Mayhew, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill posed together without their Star Wars costumes during filming breaks. These behind-the-scenes moments showed the real actors who brought beloved characters to life in the most successful science fiction movie series. The casual photographs revealed the friendship and teamwork that created movie magic. Bruce Lee training Brandon. Father-son. Martial arts master Bruce Lee trained his young son Brandon in fighting discipline and control during the 1960s. This father-son training passed down ancient martial arts wisdom and philosophy to the next generation of Lee family fighters. Both Bruce and Brandon would become famous action movie stars, showing how talent and dedication could run in families. Kenny Baker, R2-D2, behind scenes. Actor Kenny Baker ate lunch behind the scenes during Star Wars filming in Tunisia in 1976 while taking a break from operating the R2-D2 robot. This small actor fit inside the famous droid costume and brought the beloved character to life through skilled performance. The lunch break showed the hard work and dedication required to create movie magic. Little Gem B-29 aircraft completion. Maureen Randall Springer finished painting details on the Little Gem B-29 Super Fortress aircraft on Saipan Island in 1944. These powerful bombers were used to attack Japanese targets during World War II and required careful maintenance by skilled mechanics. The aircraft completion showed the attention to detail needed to keep complex military machines operating during wartime. WWII aircraft nose art personalization. Personalized paintings decorated military aircraft fuselages, including B-24 Liberator bombers during the 1940s, to boost crew morale and unit identity. These colorful artworks often featured pin-up girls, cartoon characters, or patriotic symbols that represented the crew's personality and fighting spirit. The nose art tradition showed how soldiers found ways to express individuality during the conformity of military service. Muppets, Star Wars Unexpected Visit. Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy made an unexpected appearance on the Empire Strikes Back movie set in 1979, bringing humor to the serious science fiction production. These beloved puppet characters created a lighthearted moment during the intense work of making one of cinema's greatest sequels. The Muppets' visit showed how different forms of entertainment could come together and create magical moments. Kenya, Zanzibar, UN independence flags. The newly independent nations of Kenya and Zanzibar had their flags raised at the United Nations for the first time on December 11, 1963. This ceremony marked the end of colonial rule and the beginning of self-government for these African countries. The flag raising represented the global movement towards independence and self-determination during the decolonization period. Arizona migrant family economic reality. A family in Arizona represented the reality of people seeking work and better living conditions during the Great Depression in 1940. These hardworking migrants traveled from place to place looking for agricultural jobs and opportunities to improve their lives. Their story showed the determination and hope of families trying to survive and build better futures during difficult economic times. Japanese mirror selfie early photography. An early self-portrait example used traditional camera equipment and mirror reflection technique to create a selfie in the 1920s in Japan. This creative photography method allowed people to take pictures of themselves before automatic cameras and smartphones made self-portraits easy. The mirror selfie showed how people found innovative ways to document themselves using available technology. Stalin walking Moscow streets. Soviet leader Stalin was photographed wearing his characteristic overcoat while walking on Moscow streets in 1930. This rare informal image showed the dictator during his rise to absolute power in the Soviet Union. The street photograph captured Stalin as he consolidated control and began the policies that would transform and terrorize the